It's a Saturday evening, and if you have been waiting to print out your coloring pages, trying to figure out how to print them in booklet style, I'm going to jump on here just for a few minutes and show you how I do it. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Lisa. I blog at CreativLEI.com. And I wanted to jump on. I've been talking with CJ Creative. I'm sorry, but I don't know your first name. And I wanted to jump on because I was telling her that I print my pages as booklets. CJ, okay, excellent. I print my pages as booklets so that I can stick them into my traveler's notebook. Also, I was able to print extra copies. Hi, CJ. Print extra copies for the children that wanted to have them as a coloring book form also. So I think it's pretty simple, and I don't think that it's my specific printer that does this. But I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what I've done is I've opened the PDF of the Doodles and Quotes coloring pages. Okay, so I have the PDF open, so not in the web window, but the actual PDF file. Oh goodness, spinal surgery recovery. Whew, I hope you feel better soon. Okay, so if you've opened up the file in Adobe Reader, which is a free app, you shouldn't need to pay for that. Then when you use the print option on the screen, so hopefully you can see this. Okay, so you get, and there's different sizes. You can do print to size, you can print poster, you can print multiples, or you can print booklet. And so what I normally pick is booklet, and then what you'll see is it's going to print them, it'll print on each side of the page, and it's going to be about half page size. And I've left enough margin on the center and on the edges so that you can cut them down for different size traveler's notebooks. And so you can flip through to see make sure that they were laid out correctly. And if you have downloaded the file that's specifically for booklet form, then I've already added in intentional blank pages. Hi! I've left some pages intentionally blank so that all of your coloring pages will print on the right side, so that you're not coloring on the back of an image. So there you go, there's the booklet. And so I just leave everything. Booklet subset says both sides, sheets 1 through 5. Binding is left because that's what's going to make the short edge side binding, so that it will just fold the booklet in half. So I've kind of left all the default settings for there. And I'll just hit print. And it's just going to download a little bit, and it should only take a couple minutes. I have a Brother laser printer. It's just a black cartridge, and so I like that because then if I use marker, or if I want to use the technique with the odorless mineral spirits, it doesn't pull the ink that's been printed. So let's see, this is the booklet form, so it's got blank pages already kind of fed in there. So, and hopefully I've left enough margin that if you need to trim down your coloring book, you won't be cutting into any of the pictures. Sorry, my internet has not been great today, and I know I've heard lots of people saying that since the latest updates that Periscope's been a little iffy. Sorry. So I'm going to run over to the printer and go ahead and pull these pages off. Thank you for sharing. All right, sorry. Don't mean to make you dizzy. Okay. Yeah, I haven't scoped in a couple days. Every time that there's a new update, I usually take a couple days away because they usually need to work out some kinks. Okay, so here's the pages that just printed. So you can see this is an 8.5 by 11 page, and it's printed in booklet form, which means everything is only half page, and it's formatted so that it can just be put together. So all those intentional blank pages mean that you won't be coloring onto another picture. You have a blank page back there. So then all I would do, and this will be a little tricky one-handed, so it can just be folded in half. And then you can trim it down to fit your traveler's notebook. You can round the corners if you like that. If you wanted a cardstock cover, you could certainly do that. The only thing is that, oh yeah, okay, that page is blank. So if you wanted the cardstock cover or even to laminate that cover, you would not be cutting into any of the coloring pages. You didn't save the file. I think you can go in again. If you go to the download spot on the web page that has the coloring pages, if you put your email address in again, it won't, yes, choose booklet, leave all the size stuff. Let me see, I'll pull it up again just to double check so I can talk you through it. Okay. Yeah, so if you didn't save the file and if you need to put your email address in again, you won't get duplicate copies of any newsletters. It does kind of weed out duplicates from my email subscription service. So yes, you're going to leave on the page sizing and handling, you'll leave it all, and then, oops. So you're not touching any of these, you're just clicking booklet, and then that should say both sides and left binding, and then that should have you all set up so that when you look through, when you see the preview over here, you should be able to flip through and it should have all the images that are to be colored in should be on the right side there. And if it looks like that, then it will print so that you have the booklet with just, you'll have the blank page to the left and you'll have the coloring page on the right. And like I said, plenty of margin if you needed to trim this down, and you won't be losing any part of the coloring images. So, and then you could either do a long reach stapler to staple this together, or you could use the simple binding techniques. Yeah, it's, you know what, and I think the trick is that making sure that you open it in Adobe Reader instead of from the whole page. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna cancel this, because if you open it in, sorry, oops, the file, one sec. Sorry, ooh, didn't mean to get you up that close. All right, so let me see, I'm gonna try and pull it up. I think the key is making sure that you open it into Adobe Reader, because now, okay, so here I have the same file opened up, but it's the link, just the link through through a browser window. My print options from here will be different, and this does not work for me. When I set it up for two-sided, it does not print the correct, yeah, it's different. It doesn't print correctly as a booklet. So that's why I'm recommending that you just go ahead and click download and then open it as in Adobe Reader, and then you will have that option to print as a booklet. So I think that's, and I do that all the time. do that also when I download the Stone Soup for 5 Bible studies. Okay, most of the time I will forget to open the PDF in Reader, and I'll try to do it right from the browser, and every time I go to print it as a booklet it comes out wrong. Sometimes I end up with like 4 pages on one side of the sheet. It's just crazy, and then I'm like, oh, open the PDF. So hopefully that helped if you were wondering about how to print the booklet. Yeah, no, you're definitely not alone. I do it all the time, and I am not new to printing out booklets either. So I'm very glad that this was helpful for you. Hopefully your pages print beautifully now. If you do have any other issues, just send me a message and I'll try and talk you through it. And like I said, you can, I was going to pull up one of the pages. No, not a problem at all. I'm glad to help because I want the things that I share with you guys to be really useful. So I'm glad to do that. If you don't want to staple your pages together, on my blog, the page that has the Journal and Doodle Galatians review, on the bottom of that post, I have and easy instructions for how to bind the book with embroidery floss, and it doesn't require sewing. It's just 2 holes and then weaving the embroidery floss through and tying it in a knot. And I think it looks a little bit prettier than a staple. So, and you can do it. You could even do it with ribbon. So it's definitely easy. You can certainly do it because all it is. Whoops. So when you have the book already folded, what you'll do is you'll punch, yeah, I like it because it's portable too. And so then you can print these out as many times as you want. There's no limitation on how many times you print it. So you would just punch a tiny hole here and a tiny hole here, and you can even just use the needle to punch that hole, and then you would just run the embroidery floss through and tie it. So you would run it from back to the center and then just tie a knot, and then you would have a little booklet. Oh, no. You can download it. If you lose the file, you can certainly download it again from my page. It will ask you for your email again, but like I said, you will not get duplicate copies of any newsletters because the mail service will weed out duplicates. So that's not a problem. It's just for my own record keeping and for making sure that the link stays encoded. But you can print it as many times as you want. The only thing I ask is that people don't sell them and don't share the direct links so that other people can just sign up too. But that's all, unless you have any questions for me. So that was just a hopefully quick and easy way of how to print a booklet. Like I said, I did the 2 different files. If you go to the post that has the coloring pages, one is just the individual coloring pages, and then the other is formatted for booklet printing so that it already has the intentionally blank pages left in. So other than that, you guys should be good to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, send me a message through Twitter or Facebook or through my blog. CreativLEI.com, at CreativLEI. Yes, CreativLEI.com, CreativLEI.com. And then there's free coloring pages on there. It's just a sample of, I believe it's 8 coloring pages for you guys. And so you're welcome to enjoy them. I hope that you do. And I'm going to get busy creating some more. I've been putting a bunch of quotes aside that I want to do some lettering for to share with next time. So thank you so much for tuning in.